Why did you come out here, Liv? What are you so scared of?
It's okay. It's not your fault.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry. It's a woman in this predicament in the wild. Why did you pick a woman?
Well, they're half the population. So, it was a 50-50 shot. No, I think it's, we've, I think, seen a lot of survival type shows with men at the center of them. And for us, pretty early on, we were just interested in what a woman's experience would be out there. And we surrounded ourselves with people like Aturi Sosa, who wrote the show with us. And of course, Melissa Barrera, who is a force of nature. And, you bring a story and a character as far as you can as writers. And then when you get on the floor and you start shooting, that's when actors elevate and hopefully transcend your intentions. And that's what Melissa did was, she really brought all of herself to the role and created something that we could never have done or on our own. So
and not to mention, Maggie Kiley and Rebecca Rodriguez as well, who obviously directed the episodes. So yeah.
Help me! Hey, my God. Hello!
No one's coming. No one knows we're here. You're on your own.
When you're up there, you're shooting, you're in a nice protected environment. You've got the food truck over there and the washrooms over there. But did it strike you at all what it might have been like to sit there on a rock alone, as she is at one point, and thinking you may never see another human face?
Yeah, well, honestly, it was not like that shooting this show because we shot in very desolate places. Like there was no food truck and there was no trailer to go hide in. And you were lucky if there was a nice, porta potty somewhere close by. The show, it was really important. The show is not done on green screen or with like a lot of heavy vis effects. Like we are shooting in the Canadian wilderness in the middle of nowhere. And so one of the incredible things, Brendan was on set every day, but one of the incredible things about it is exactly that, Anne, is that you couldn't help but put yourself in the character's place when you were out there because your phones didn't work. And there was really nothing to do in the downtime as people were working, but to sit there and contemplate. So the making of the show did kind of, not as dire, but did have a similar arc to, I think what she went through.
You've reached Liv Rivera. I can't return your call right now. My phone is dead and I'm stranded in the forest.
That's disturbing. As you said, Melissa is a force of nature. Here, she's very powerful physically, and she's underwater, holding her breath, I would imagine, for a long period of time. I don't know if there's a cameraman down there with her or camera person, or whether you've got it on a stand. But honest to God, my head just about burst. How did she get to that state? Did you put her through training, or did she do that on her own? What happened?
Well, she certainly training had to be accomplished, but she was very willing to jump into that. So the first thing she did was, because we had to be in frigid water, and by we I mean Melissa. I did not have to be in that water, but so she did cold water training while everyone was quarantining in their hotel rooms in Vancouver. She would fill a bathtub with water as cold as she could get it, and then because she's who she is, that water wasn't cold enough, so she requested bags of ice be delivered to her so she could drop the temperature even further. So she got her body accustomed with a diving expert on Zoom with her to keep her safe and say, okay, time to get out and warm up. But she did that training, and then she also worked with the same diving expert working on breath holds and just comfort underwater. She got dive certified, but also, she obviously has to be down there without breathing apparatuses. So she also just got comfortable with holding her breath inside of a plane fuselage where there's only a couple of exits to get out. So it's not just being submerged 20 or 30 feet. It's being inside an enclosed space, just emotionally. Your body does not want you to be down there. So you're fighting a lot of instinct to stay down there and wait for someone to yell action.
Wow. Honestly,
And then
that's just
act.
freaky.
And then
act. Yes.
You know, because like it's not just about just getting down there and holding your breath. She then has to give a performance, and her driving the need and desire to like do multiple takes, like feeling like because a lot of times we'd be like, Brendan would be like, yeah, you got it. We got it. You did it once. That's fine. And she's like, no, I can do it. Let me do it one more time or two more times. And it was really incredible to watch.
And obviously, you do things safely. We have divers down there who, they're not waiting for permission from us to stop something if they see a problem. They're entering frame the first second they see something go wrong. And obviously Melissa had full agency to do that as well if she didn't feel right about it. But like you're just sorry, I totally forgot what I was saying.
There's nobody coming for you because nobody cares about you. You've got nothing, no one.
Hey! I'm here!
She really went.
I know what I was going to say.
The job. You're so lucky to have her. I mean, forget an Oscar. She needs a knighthood.
Absolutely. So what I was saying was, we did everything to keep her safe, to do everything right. And I knew we were doing that, and Melissa knew we were doing that, and she had total trust, and she was very, very capable. But I also left every day of shooting those underwater sequences with mild panic attacks, because it feels inherently wrong to be in those circumstances, and not just for a second. Like that character is down there for like a minute or two, and we spent days with Melissa submerging herself again and again in that tank to get those shots. And she was just beyond phenomenal.
Unreal. All right. Now, what was the seed of this story? It seems very personal somehow.
I think it started not personal and then got deeply personal. Like as the idea itself we really wanted to do a very quiet show. Something without a lot of dialogue, something that just felt different than what we had done before. This idea of a serene thriller really came to us, of like something that feels both like thrilling, but also restorative, to be in the forest and in wilderness. And originally, we were going to know very little about her, but then as we developed it and realized, no, the show really needs to be about her. Like it needs to be all of this. Obviously, huge parts of our story, and Ettore Sosa, who's our fellow writer, her story. So yeah, you can't help but put yourself in these pieces.
But I also think there's universal in the specific. The irony being is that the more specific and granular you get with bringing elements of your own life or stories you've heard about other people, it resonates with more and more and more people who have a shared experience, or who can translate that into their experience, and that's sort of, I think, the magic of this sort of storytelling as well.
Yeah, it's almost defines it, makes it clearer for us, all the things that are eating away at us, and there's a sense of relief in that. I found.
Great.
We were hoping that we were telling a cathartic story. I mean, as much as we put our character through the ringer, it was really important to us that it feel transformative, and that the person comes out the other side, better for it in most ways, and I think hopefully we've accomplished that.
Yeah, and it's all about learning, forcing yourself to learn to get through this life. So guys, thank you so much. I appreciate this, and I was just so entranced by the series. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
You sure you're all right? You look a little lost.
Liv, come on, you gotta get up.
You have to keep on moving.
You know why there's stars in the sky, Liv?
Why?
So we can always find our way home.